What's up? Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm not going to be in Lightroom mobile. I'm going to be in actual Lightroom, the software on my desktop. This week I am in a Facebook group and we do weekly challenges, and this week's challenge is to edit a photo. There will be votes to see which one is better, but I thought this would be a fun little thing for YouTube as well. So this photo is not mine. It belongs to Jakara. I hope I am pronouncing your name right. Let me know if I am not. Whose name and social media links will be in the description box. So thank you for providing this photo, which is awesome, by the way. And we're going to edit it and see what we get. I won't be applying any presets since it's an editing challenge. I do want to try and do it by hand and see what we get and see if we get anything interesting. So I'm going to jump right into the video. Now usually, like for mood and stuff like that, I'll play around with white balance. So this one I feel like it'll be really cool if the mood was like cooler. So we're going to shift it a little bit blue to about 4600 Kelvin, somewhere around there. I'm not going to mess with the tint too much. I am going to, however, boost exposure about a stop because I like really bright pictures. Now before I go any further, I'm going to come in with a graduated filter because though I love boosting exposure, I really like to retain the sky. So I'm going to go in with a graduated filter and try and bring the sky back by bringing exposure down. Let's see. Yeah, let's do it that way. Lift that up there and get that blue back in the sky, and I'll just go in with a brush and erase the rest of the filter around the model and the bottom of her where I brighten the photo up. So just go in right in there like that. So we have to take a step back. First let me show my mask overlay. Maybe if I make this a little bit smaller. No, because I like the way that it gradually fades. Let me go back to edit, turn that around, bam, there we go. Lift that up there and shift. Everything's got to be even because I'm a freaking paranoid freak. And bring that down about right to the model's face. A little bit more. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. So even that out and drag it down just a tad bit more. Let me see. Yep, that's more like it. And then we'll go with the brush and just kind of paint over the model's face. On her shoulders. Nope, I forgot to select the erase. I'm moving too fast. Alright, so I'm just going to go in and paint over where the model is with the brush and just kind of eliminate the red that's in the areas where I really don't need it, because I only really want it where the sky is, because my goal here is to retain the sky. I want to retain the sky. So I'll go back over the sign and make the brush a little bit smaller. Go over this thing over here in the corner. Keep that feather pretty big though. Alright, and now I can turn off my overlay, and as you can see, sky saved. So I can keep the sky that the original photographer had in mind and not ruin it. I'm just going to go in here with this brush and kind of refine the edges around it, around the model's head, so it's not like this white haloing kind of thing. I just want it to blend really seamlessly, if that makes sense. Alright, so that looks a little bit better. And occasionally I like to go back and do it before and after just so I can kind of see where I've come from. Because that's the goal, is to not over edit but edit and have it look really good. So I'm going to come out of the graduated filter because I'm done with that. I don't need that anymore. And I'm going to play around with some colors. But first I'm going to add a little contrast. Like very contrasty images. Don't need to really play around with the highlights too much, but I'm bringing down. I'm lift the shadows just to kind of give that even more brighter feel to the picture without having to boost the exposure too much. Then we're going to increase the whites just a little bit and crush the blacks, and that's going to give us just even more contrast. And just see before and after is just, you know, super dope. Alright, awesome. Now, I'm going to bring the clarity down, just smudge it. because this is a portrait, so I don't want anything to look too so you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. That's weird. You get it. Alright, so I'm gonna bring the vibrance down a little bit, because I'm gonna probably go back and make specific colors pop. The saturation a little bit, just to smudge it, and I might come back and just a little bit of vibrance. And I just feel like that's a good way to kind of flatten out the tones a little bit, so that I can kind of go in myself and do what I like to do. I'm gonna skip over tone curves right now. I'm gonna use tone curves to do some adding some more contrast and getting the final look that I want. Right now I'm going to come down to HSL, and this is where we're going to get the yellows / oranges right in here to pop right in there. I want to make this red sign come out a little bit as well, and also kind of get the model's skin a really nice creamy brown, because that's what I want to go for. And so I'm just going to reds, because that is this sign back here. I want to do that, but I have to be very careful, as you can see right in here, because the model's tone, like her undertones, are also red and a little magenta. So like if I go too much for the red over here, which really isn't that important, I could ruin her skin. So I'm going to try and keep both right. I'm going to increase the orange, because it looks like she's got a little orange undertones. I can definitely see. So we'll do about +5. And yellow's a bit. That looks like it's a little magenta in her face. So bring down the magenta, that evens it out. That's really good. Yeah. And some purple. Bring that down as well. Let's see. How do I feel about that? Maybe if I bring down the red just a little bit more. Yeah. That's a nice even skin tone. And if I come back up here, increase the vibrance. If I increase the vibrance, she starts to look really weird. So turn saturation down, vibrance down a little bit, saturation up. Let's see, come back down here. Bring the reds down just a little bit more. So we're gonna have to kind of let go of wanting to get that sign. Let's step away from this and go into luminance. Kind of bring that down in the reds as well, so it's getting that color back that I want. And we'll increase the orange just a little bit to kind of get the skin tone even. Luminance on the yellows as well. And we'll decrease the luminance in the purple and the magenta. And so it's looking the way that I want it to. That's good. Come back over to saturation. I'm going to go back to a full size photo. So yeah, our skin's definitely looking how I'd like the skin to look. Now we're going to go in and increase the saturation on the blue so that the denim pops. Not too much. That'll be good enough right there. Increase that. And I'm really liking where this is going so far. Sometimes I have to edit with the before and after open, because like you don't want to like do too much processing and then like completely ruin the photo. And this is a really good photo from the start, so honestly I don't have to do too much. And I'm going to split tone and play around with some colors with the highlights and shadows and just kind of see how that would go. If I were to make the highlights a little bit more blue, I could definitely get that cool blue feeling that I'm going for. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. I'm gonna go some split tone in here and bring the saturation down just a bit so that it's not overwhelming. Like it can be super overwhelming like that, but I'm gonna bring it down to about right there. So there's that blue tone there. Like you can feel it. You can feel that blue, but it's not quite there. Then for the shadows, I want to go a little warmer for the shadows. That'll definitely help with the skin tone. So there you go. Yeah, that's a good spot for shadows. And then decrease that saturation there just a tad bit. And so this is where we are again. Yeah, digging it. Super digging it. I feel like there's this halo effect around her head though, and it's like bugging me with the brush that I used. But then when I zoom in, it's like it's not there. I'm such a picky editor. Alright, so I'm gonna come down and increase luminance, because whenever you shoot raw, it's compressed on everything, so you gotta go smooth it out yourself. We're gonna do profile corrections and remove chromatic aberration, but I don't think there's any there, but always click those two just in case. And I go with my dehaze slider and literally one click, because this is a super powerful slider. It's so easy to overdo it. And since we're going for blue down camera calibrations, I want to see if I can shift that over and if it'll change the kind of tint blue a little bit. Let's see. It's only showing in the shirt, but if I deseparate it all together, yeah, I'm like that. So we'll do -25 blue on the camera calibrations. Now I'm gonna come back up to tone curves, my favorite thing, and I'm gonna try not putting any points on here at all and just adjusting the points that I've got there, just to kind of add some contrast back. I'm gonna slide this over a little bit. Yeah, super digging it, not too much, just a little bit. Contrasty, it's contrasty. And I'm gonna drop a point right here and kind of boost those highlights just a little bit, just to bring back some of that brightness, so that it's still contrasty but also bright. But I also don't want to kill too much of the details either, so I'm just going to zoom in here, make sure I can still see the details on the shirt, because that's one of my peeves of my own that I do a lot. Like when I'm editing, I tend to like go in and like, because I want this bright, really bright and funky poppy look, I'll kill the details, man. I will murder those details. So I want to make sure that I'm keeping those in check right now. Keep those details in check. Alright, because I didn't want to do a super crazy over the top edit, and I feel like this kind of goes with the look that I was going for. Here's my finished product, done in 10 minutes. So it's super awesome. I like to keep things quick, so here we go, before and after. So let me know what you guys think of this edit in the comment section below. I appreciate you stopping by and watching this video. Big thanks to Jakara for sharing this photo for the mini challenge in our group. And if you want to join the group, it's Nubian Photography Plus Support on Facebook. I will also drop a link to that in the description box below. So I will catch you guys in my next editing video. Thanks for watching.